Good morning to everyone. This is pre-market outlook for the date of 23rd of March. This is final week in this month, and which is totally eradicated the historical behavior, how it was before on the March for Indian markets. Yes, for the recent March month in every year, if you look back, it actually closed in a positive, even in sometimes very higher positive close happened. But this time, it is totally changed, turned around the face of March and the face of Indian markets. Now, looking back with a negative tone, and because of the escalated ongoing geopolitical tensions in West Asia and between US, Israel, Iran regions particularly. This one is being impacted in a more than expected way, and because of that, even though we have been already in the way of getting value adjustment through the way of technical correction, we have been expected, this one is happening very quickly. This value adjustment or jolt, we can also term it, is happening very fastly. Because of that, the valuation on every individual stocks till the benchmark indices are happening and getting shaped well, and which is now favorable for the long-term investors, who are all actually missed the rally in 2025 from March onwards. Exactly after 1 year, which is giving an opportunity for the long-term investors to accumulate or enter freshly, even for the at least time period of minimum 6 months to maximum for the long-term years, which may be how many years as they desire. So in the way, for the day, the date 23rd March is going to be a very crucial trend decider for the upcoming sessions in our markets. Because today's high and low will be directing where the Nifty will be moving towards based on the breakout and the close above the same. That means above today's high or below today's low. In that manner, today's open, even though it is going to be a gap down, since it has become now new normal for our markets, even other global markets also following the same kind of trend with the gap down or gap up opening. In case of gap up opening, which is very rare scenario, which has happened in the recent days, out of 10 sessions, if you are taking only one session, we can see the gap up open. But as per that history, it has shown today also it is going to join in the history with a gap down open over 1 to 1.5% lower. Based on the previous week's one, even though it has closed the week almost a flat week trend in the markets, the weeks ahead are actually based on the behavior it has shown for the recent week, along with the news impact and all, is expected to be continuing the weakness, unless otherwise it is decisively making or recovering in a speedy manner. There may not be seeing any long or bullish kind of activities on the Indian markets. So it is now almost eroded all the valuations as well as the convictions amongst the traders and investors who are all wanted to engage in the market at current levels. Yes, because of this ongoing tussle between the geopolitical area and the technical behavior, which is actually being impacted on every individual stock till the index, the mindset about investors and traders now become very cautious, even though they are trying to get cheaper valuations in some of the sectors and stocks under that, which are all not allowing to get reversal or a turnaround activities on the same. Because of that continuation in the bearish rally, bearish grip and all, the hesitation and the caution is becoming very higher for them. So based on this historical evidence in terms of behavior, in terms of price movement, in terms of trends, in all the way, we are advising our valued customers to make sure about continuing the positions if you are already holding, or freshly also if you want to enter, have multiple views of perception from your own analysis, or even you can follow the same what we have been providing. That and all, of course, to make you all to protect your capital first, then taking the decision on trade and investment. Because it is very important. Why not to trade is the main thing you have to think of and learn, rather than why to trade. It is the situation why not you to trade on the securities, particularly for the day trading activities or any BTST and short-term kind of trading activities. You should think thrice before engaging. So that is what the thing. No instruments actually, not only in the equity, none other than bond, all the rest of the equities or rest of the other instruments, securities, like from the precious metals or other part of metals or any commodities, if we want to take, except for the crude oil, all other things and all trading in the red only. Because the uncertainties, because the escalated tensions, the heightened volatility, these are all the reasons, and the overall shift from the precious metal and from the equities to the safer haven, like now it is being felt by the investors, that is bond, and the current shift on the crude oil is also a temporary one. Anyhow, that is being managed with the price hikes keep escalating for the crude oil and giving profits for them who are all making a long bets. So that is also the reason the overall outflow happened from these equities till the commodities, all because of this current geopolitical conditions. This means you don't want to follow the same. You can actually keep your capital protected, and because of you going to chase the price hike in the crude oil or a bond, something like this and all, it may not be giving you a long-term wealth creation based return, but maybe the short-term or a temporary one, it may be giving a return based on the price hikes and current situations in the major regions like US, Iran, Israel. So that is what the suggestions and outlook based advices for you all to approach the securities. So after seeing the gap down open, what may be the next action for the Indian markets means you should actually come to the part of watching the levels where it is standing for the first 15 minutes. Today it is enough to have the high and low of first 15 minutes to decide the entire day's trend. If the first 15-minute low is getting broken and closed below to that point by the next 15-minute low immediately, or any other 15-minute candle, that will be the decider for the entire day, and first 15-minute high can be kept as stop loss, and short sellers can participate in this particular scenario if one confirmation given by the 15-minute candle after the first one. In case, luckily, if the first 15-minute candle is high getting broken or a breakout happen above the first 15-minute candle, means it should close above that point, and the confirmation can be seen there after closing above the first 15-minute candle is high. If it happens so, there will be a chance for a sharp recovery in the market with the levels and all we have mentioned here and going to mention through the way of explanation also. You can By the way of taking risk, you can participate on the long side. If it is for intraday, long is not advisable. Only for the risk appetite traders can participate on the long side based on the confirmation. That is what we have explained. The first 15 minutes high above the close is required by the any subsequent 15 minutes candle. That is enough. And from the levels perspective, if the Nifty is actually sustaining below the 22,800 for the first 1 hour, that could be the confirmation for the upcoming sessions in the Nifty side, that may be having the further downward towards 21,800 to 21,300 even. But for that, it should actually confirm by sustaining below the first 1 hour to the point of 22,800. And in case after closing below 22,800, we can expect some bounce activities towards 22,900 to 23,100 levels even, where one can think of building the short positions, and instead of looking barely about betting the long, it may be fruitful for you all if you are thinking of building the short positions in every rise, meaningful rise, like what the level we have discussed now. About 200 to 200 point of recovery, if anything seen on the Nifty side, there you can use that kind of bouncing activities to build the short position or entering into the short positions. From the positional perspective, as explained, it should decisively close about 23,740. Then only the bull run may be initiated. Until then, every rise can be seen on the selling side as an opportunity for the sellers, and the 22,800, it should be held. If it is not, the chance for making further downward in the upcoming sessions towards 21,800 to 21,300, which was the level we have expected during January to February of 2025 year. There it has actually recorded a low of 21,700 something, and then boldly, bravely bounced back and given a recovery till the new all-time high happened. So that was the story of the previous breakdown below 21,800 support. So again, we have placed the same for the current scenario on the Nifty side, along with the 21,300 as the next one to be noted. On the sectors front, it is easy to predict. That means the sector, what the sector and stocks and all will be get impacted immediately after the market opens. Means currently it is the priority will be on the energy and oil and gas side. After that, the metal can be focused, and the heavy weighted one like the bank and finance also can be queued up. These and all actually having the impact of selling side. The IT may be acting as the mixed one today, but anyhow, the large cap may be getting escaped from the severe fall, but the mid and small cap IT stocks are expected to get impacted by the selling. And pharmaceuticals, as a part of good news from several stocks, Aeroforma and Alchem Laboratories, Dr. Reddy's based on the short covering and all. So the pharma may be highly predicted to be in the positive side, even though there are selling on the across the sector board. From the stocks front, the news-based stocks like HDFC Bank, Tata Steel, Rights Limited, Vedanta Limited, Mahindra & Mahindra Forgings, and Power Finance Corporation. These can be focused by the day traders, but not for the safe traders. It is, of course, please stay away from the market's current situation until it's getting settled. Anyhow, even though the day traders who are all having high risk appetite must keep the stop loss, which will be helping you to manage your better risk and reward you. So that is going to help you all. So don't forget to keep the stop loss. However, you are having the risk appetite in a higher manner. So that's it from today's pre-market outlook discussion. Hope you all got the information on the current conditions about the geopolitical, economical, and stock market oriented things as we discussed. Don't forget, you should know why you should not trade rather than engaging with the trades directly. So that is very important to protect your capital. So there is some query about silver, any chance of touching latest high? As per today's one, it has entered into the interim bearish trend because of the fund flow and shift from the precious metals to crude oil and bonds. It is not expected to be getting reversal because of the strengthening dollar also impacting the gold's money flow. It is better to stay focused for the long term only, not for the short term trading activities, even for silver and gold, which may be continuing even for the month of April, if it is continuing the activities like till the March end. So till the March end, better to stay away from even gold and silver if you want to trade on long side. Otherwise, for the short traders, gold and silver with the bouncing activities, if it is any showing on the chart, there you can think of entering for better risk and reward ratio in the short side. So that's addressing your silver query. So that's it from today's pre-market discussion. We can have again a query for now, the natural gas side. Since the demand is getting highly escalated, we are seeing the natural gas and its demand, it is going to be in a higher manner. So one can see if you are a MCX based natural gas trader, so you can consider about focusing on the long side from the current situation by holding. If it is actually trading above the point of 283, that is enough. Anyway, you can keep the stop loss as 270. By holding this stop loss for your long trades, you can build the long positions for the target of 305 to 320. This is suitable only for the positional based. For the intraday and all, it is better to wait and watch. Once it comes near to the first support we have mentioned, that is what 283. So with the 6 point of covering the low side, you can get enter into the long side for the natural gas by the stop loss of 270 as explained earlier. With that manner, you can see the bouncing activities may be extending towards 290 to 296 for the day. That is what the prediction for natural gas. Another query on the equity side, Nova Limited. See, for the Nova Limited, if you are holding, we assume that you are holding. It is now consolidating with a weak manner, no escape from the current trend, overall broader market trends and all highly impacting the trend. So that is why we are telling it is better to stay away from this kind of mid and small cap companies, even though it is giving a bouncing activity that can be utilized to reduce your position, not for building the long. It is now trading weak with a consolidation manner. If it is breaking 540 as an immediate support, you can see the stock may be reaching 530 as the next one to seek the support. And Friday's high now become as very clear capping point or resistance point. That is what 564. So that's it from queries part we can address. We can meet again in the tomorrow session, and then keep observing the behavior of the market and learn from the market how and what it is going to tell for the traders and long-term investors. Don't miss the opportunity to accumulate or freshly enter into the market, because if you are look back 3 years or 5 years down the line, when compared to current conditions, markets always bullish only. So do not miss the opportunity. You can cherry pick the stocks which are all highly fundamentally sound and technically attractive now, since we also keep updating the stocks list now and then. From there also you can pick the stocks and enjoy the better rewards. Have a successful trading day. Thank you. Bye-bye.